Hey there, Life Editors! Welcome back to the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, we are moving right along and we are very close to the halfway point of this day's retreat. So now we are going to talk about 50 ways to maximize your time and energy. Like, woohoo! I think this might be my most exciting topic of the entire retreat. So, for those of you who don't want to listen to long lectures or people droning on and on and on, or people talking and talking but never getting to the point, this is the session for you. We are getting straight to the point. This is the session that's going to have all those little quick tips that you love, and I love them too. We were reading a book in Life Editor Academy this year, and the book had really great reviews. And I was like, oh, we're all going to love this book. And we started reading it, and it just goes on and on with these scientific studies, and it kind of talks around the point, but never gets to the point. And I was saying during one of our group calls, I'm like, where are my quick tips? Where are my quick tips? So if you're feeling that way, if you're like, look, I love the retreat, but where are my quick tips? This is the session for you. All right. For those of you who are brand new, allow me to introduce myself. I am Sage Grayson. I'm a former book editor turned life coach. I help ambitious women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. I'm a life editor, and so are you. And I'm so glad you're joining us today because, in addition to this being the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat, it is also our kickoff celebration for Life Editor Academy, which is my 5-month mastermind group. Doors are open right now, and I'm going to give you more information about the Academy at the end of this session. But if you can't wait and you want all the details, click the link in the description to learn more about Life Editor Academy and apply now. Awesome. All right, so stay tuned for more information about the Academy. But during this session, we are talking about 50 ways to maximize your time and energy and to make sure that you can stick with us and listen along. I want to make sure that you've downloaded your retreat workbook. So there was some confusion last session about where the workbook is. It's in the description of this video. So if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, it depends on where it is. It might be above the video, might be below the video, or to the side of the video, depending on where you're watching it from. But in the description, you might need to click read more to see the description. There is a link to download your workbook. So download your workbook so you can keep up with us as we go through the sessions during today's retreat. Okay. So also during every session of today's retreat, there's a giveaway because we love a good giveaway. And what I'm giving away for this session is 50 ways to promote your business without social media. So this is a digital mini course, and it contains, it is one of the most popular business videos from my Life Editor Clubhouse membership site. And this will give you all of the next steps that you need to do to get sales, to promote yourself, to get in front of your ideal clients and customers if you don't want to do social media. I'm not going to make anyone do social media. I never force any of my clients who have businesses to do social media. So if you are not feeling social media or you need a break from social media, you're going to love this product, 50 ways to promote your business without social media. So it includes a 90-minute video training class, PDF cheat sheet, PDF action plan, and additional resources. And you can be entered to win 50 ways to promote your business without social media by entering this giveaway by simply liking this video, either on Facebook or YouTube, and leaving a comment. You got to do both of those things. You got to like the video and leave a comment, and you'll be entered into the giveaway to win 50 ways to promote your business without social media. All right, sound good? Let's get into today's topic. So, like I mentioned, we are talking about a different step of the life editing process in each one of these sessions, and we're kind of skipping around. We did 1, we did 2, and now we're going to do 4. We're skipping a little bit ahead, but only because this is the halfway point, and I know a lot of people come in at the halfway point, so I wanted to give them all of the good, quick tips that we just talked about. So, step 4 of my life editing process is rearrange everything. So if your days aren't going as smoothly as you would like them to go, you might need to rearrange a few things in your schedule to really rock it out, to really reach your goals. So you might have all the components that you think you need to live a perfectly edited life. You might be like working on your goals. You might have a good schedule or routine. You might have your support network. You might have deleted all those bad influences. You might have your good habits, but you need to move around the puzzle pieces in your day, in your time, to really maximize your time and energy. So I want you to think about, in what situations do you find yourself wasting time? And what activities cause you to lose time when you could be doing something else? So maybe you lose time during a commute, or maybe things are really slow in the morning for some reason, or maybe you're wasting too much time on social media or watching TV. And I want you to think about which projects or tasks take longer than you expect them to. Yeah. So as you can imagine, step 4 of the life editing process, rearrange everything, has to do with time management and productivity. We want to use all of your minutes very, very wisely. So I want you to open up your workbook like we've been doing every single session, and near the beginning where we've got the page with all of the different steps of the life editing process, I want you to go to the one that says rearrange everything edits. And during this session, you're going to come up with some ideas, and things are going to percolate in your mind for how you can maximize your time and energy. I want you to put those edits, things that you might want to do, here in this box. So if you hear something, write it down. And then later, as you're doing your 12-week plan, remember we did that in step 1. So as you're cleaning up your 12-week plan and figuring out what goals are important next, I want you to look at this page that has all of the different ideas for the life editing process, and maybe choose some from this rearrange section. Okay. So let me give you a few examples if you're not really sure, like, well, what can I rearrange in my schedule? Like, my schedule's pretty tight as it is. Every one of us could be using our time better, even me. So my first example is you could bookend your day for balance. Leave a comment. Let me know how many of you know what bookending is. Again, that's another one of my most popular classes in the Life Editor Clubhouse. But bookending means balancing your day by doing something in the morning and a similar something at night. So you might bookend your day by like exercising and going for a walk in the morning, and then doing yoga or stretching in the evening. You might read a book for your business in the morning and then read a book for pleasure in the evening. Or you might listen to music in the morning and then listen to a meditation at night. So you can understand, just like a bookend on a shelf, you are keeping yourself stable and balancing yourself by having some things in the morning and some things in the evening to perfectly balance your day. Leave a comment and let me know if you've done bookending and how does that work for you. What do you do in the morning and what do you do in the evening? All right. Another example of rearranging your time. You might move your workout time from the morning to night, or vice versa, or do it on the weekends, or do it during your lunch break. You don't have to be locked into your routine. You can move things around to make them work for you. You could do Pomodoro sprints. How many of you have done Pomodoro sprints? That is actually really popular with a lot of my clients. So what a Pomodoro sprint is, it's when you turn on a timer. So you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. And then you work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break over and over again for about 2 hours. And then you take a much longer break. And basically that's giving your brain notice that you can take a break in just a little while. And as you see the timer going, it helps you race the clock. It helps you be more urgent and intentional with your work. You're not just sitting there kind of taking as long as you want. You're trying to get things done in a quick and orderly manner. So if you feel like you've got too much to do in your day, try using Pomodoro sprints first, rearranging your time that way, and see if you get things done faster. All right, another example is to do all your chores and errands on one day to save time. So instead of doing a little bit here and a little bit there, maybe if you have to go out and do some errands, maybe group them all together on Saturday or whenever your day off is, rather than going in and out every single day. And the final idea, which we are going to talk about in a minute, is to choose a schedule, whether it's a pacing, batched, or time blocking schedule. And we'll go into that too. So if your day isn't flowing, like we just talked about, there's stops and starts, you feel like you're wasting time, it's just not going for you, you're going to need to come up with your own time schedule, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Okay, so I want you to open up your workbook, and there's a page that says 50 ways to maximize your time and energy. If you can keep up with us for the rest of this class, I want you to write down all of the ones that you can, or just write down the ones that sound most exciting to you. Not all of these are going to resonate with you. There's some that just aren't going to fit your lifestyle or what you're doing. But think about how you can use your time wisely and use your limited energy wisely. Excuse me. Okay. Like we said at the beginning of this session is nothing but quick tips. We are doing nothing but quick tips. We are going through these quick tips. So if you are looking for like, just tell me what to do, this is the session for you. 50 ways to maximize your time and energy. And we're going to go through different categories of your life. So you've got general ideas for yourself, for your money, for your health, for your business, for your relationships, and for your career. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to cover all of those different areas, and we're going to show you how to use your time so much more intentionally with these quick tips. Okay, ready? So tips to help you work fast and save your time and energy. 50 ways. Here we go. For general ideas, number 1, choose fewer goals. And we talked about this in session 1 and session 2. If you have fewer goals, you will be able to be successful rather than dividing your energy and not reaching any of your goals. So choose fewer goals. Number 2, choose a time schedule, and stick to it. So you're going to have to figure out what type of schedule is going to work for your lifestyle. But I do know that my clients who choose a time schedule, they end up much more successful and they reach their goals faster by sticking to a schedule rather than doing things as they feel like it or schedule changing every single day. So here are examples. Number 3 is to do a batching schedule. A batching schedule is where you take like tasks and you batch them together on a single day. Those of you who have done my Startup in 60 program, you are really familiar with these different types of schedules. So you might have like all of your marketing on Monday, all of your social media on Tuesday, all of your emails on Wednesday. You group things together like that. Or for other goals, you might do all of your kids' activities on Monday, and then do your workouts on Tuesday, and then clean the house on Wednesday, whatever your goals are for your life. But you batch them together. And the good thing about a batching schedule is you're not dividing your focus among different things. You're focusing just on one type of task for the entire day. The disadvantages is if you miss a day or you get sick or you have something else going on that day, then it's a full another week before you get back to that. So if Monday is your marketing day, but you're sick, then you don't do any marketing for the whole rest of the week until the next week. All right, the 4th tip is to use a pacing schedule, and this might work for other people. A pacing schedule is just like when you're pacing yourself when you're running a race, is you're going to do a little bit every single day from every area that needs your attention. So everything is getting looked at every single day, but you might be only making 5 minutes of progress or 10 minutes of progress per day. So let's say you have lots of different things going on. You might answer emails for 10 minutes. You might write your next blog post for 10 minutes. You might do some meal prepping for 10 minutes. You might look at your bank account for 10 minutes. So everything's getting touched. You know the status of everything, but it's only moving forward a little bit at a time. So the pros, obviously, is that you know the status of everything. Everything's getting looked at every single day. And the cons are you don't have that long, extended, luxurious time to devote to one thing. And I know pacing schedules work really well for like moms who are constantly being pulled in different directions. Or if you have to work in little bursts, like as your kids are asleep or when they're eating, like you only have 5-minute or 10-minute bursts throughout the day. For me, I go back and forth between using a pacing schedule and a batch schedule, depending on what projects I'm working on and like what time of year it is. All right, number 5, if pacing or batching doesn't feel right to you, you might want to choose a time blocking schedule, which is a combination of batching and pacing. So basically you block out your day into 1 to 3 hour time blocks. And then within those time blocks, you devote it to one single category of whatever goals or projects you're working on. So maybe from like 9 to noon is client calls, from noon to 3 is emails, and from 3 to 6 is marketing or something like that. And the good thing about like a time blocking time blocking schedule is that everything or most things get attention during the day, but you have a nice, luxurious amount of time to devote to one thing. So time blocking works really well if you like work from home and you don't have to deal with a commute, or maybe if you really liked how you used to work in school and have those time blocks for your subjects during a school day. So leave a comment and let me know, are you using a batch schedule, pacing schedule, time blocking schedule, or something different? Do you have like another idea? All right, the 7th general tip for 50 ways to maximize your time and energy is to break down your projects into tiny bite-sized tasks. We talked about this in session 1. The smaller you can make your tasks, the better. And ideally, a task should take no more than 5 to 10 minutes to complete. If it's any bigger than that, it's too big and it becomes a project. So you want something that's easy to check off your to-do list, something that has no resistance to it. Like, yes, of course I can send that one-line email, or yes, of course I can clean up the desktop, or whatever it is. It should be a really simple, easy task. Tanya says, I use time blocking schedule. Yeah, I notice a lot of people are getting into time blocking. Like back in the day, like maybe like 10 years ago, like it was either pacing or batch schedule. Now I see lots of people doing a combination of both and using time blocking. Yeah, I kind of, like I said, I go back and forth depending on what projects I'm working on or what type of year it is. All right, next, number 8 is to use your parking lot. We talked about this in session 1 too, that if you want to maximize your time and energy, you cannot do everything all at once. You don't have to have 10 goals at a time. You don't have to have 100 things on your plate every single day. So use your parking lot where you take those tasks and projects and goals that you're not driving right now, and you park them safe and sound in your parking lot. Your parking lot could be a Google Sheet or a Google Doc. It could be in your notes app. It could be in a journal, wherever. I don't want you to forget those ideas and things you want to get to, but you don't need to drive them all at once. Put them in your parking lot. All right. Number 9 is define your ambiguous goals. Yes. So you will save a lot of time if your goals are very, very specific. But what if you have a goal that's nebulous? It's ambiguous. It doesn't have a very specific yes or no attached to it. So in a specific goal might be, I want to earn $10,000 this month. Boom, and that's a specific goal. An ambiguous goal might be, I want to be more productive this month, or I want to be less anxious this month. It's ambiguous. Well, how do you know if you're more productive? Is it doing one more thing per day, or is it doing 10 more things per day? If you're less anxious, does that mean you're not worrying throughout the day, or does that mean you're off your medication? Like what is it? What does that mean? So if you can define your ambiguous goals rather than keeping it loosey-goosey, that will help you use your time better. So if you want to be more productive, what does that really mean? Does that mean doing 2 blog posts a week instead of 1? Does that mean finishing your work before noon every day? So really, really define it. If you want to be less anxious, what does that mean? If you need to, you might want to define your anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10 and then average it throughout the month. So if you want to be at a 7 or above happiness level throughout the month for whatever, 90% of the days. Does that make sense? Let me know if making your ambiguous goals specific is still not making sense to you. Just leave a comment below and I will try to explain it a little bit better. All right, number 10, we're getting through these quick tips, is work within your natural body rhythms. Yeah, so I know that there's a lot of pressure to be an early bird and get up at 5 in the morning and do your work. And some people get really annoyed with me because I'm obviously an early bird. I love early mornings. I'm an extrovert too, which annoys people. I get energy from being around people and I love public speaking and stuff. But if that's not you, then don't fight it. Work within your natural body rhythms. If you would rather work later into the night and not wake up in the mornings too early, that's totally fine. I want you to figure out what your natural body rhythms are when you get up, when you go to sleep, and balance your day around that. Kind of related to that is to front load your day with your most important tasks. So whether you get up at 5 in the morning or if you get up at 10 in the morning, it doesn't matter. I want you to do your most important tasks first. We call this front loading. And the reason you front load your day or put your most important tasks at the beginning of your day is because you're less likely to get distracted or have some kind of obstacle or emergency come up during the day if you've got it done early. So I know some people are like, well, okay, I've got to do this thing. I got to write a blog post today, but I'll do it this afternoon. And then by the afternoon, they're tired, or their kid got sick and they have to go to school and pick them up, or the house is flooded or something like that. Do your most important work first thing in the morning when you get up. Front load your day so that if anything crazy happens later, you're okay. All right. Number 12 is to focus on good enough. This is your version 1.0. We talked about this in session 2 with your happiness hacks, is that I want you to focus on things that are good enough, like a version 1.0 rather than 2.0 or 3.0 or whatever. Yes, of course we want things to be perfect or to be the best or have all the bells and whistles, but focus on that 1.0, that good enough to get your work out there. So do you have to be super mom? No. Can you be a good enough mom? You sure can. So focus on just being good enough to maintain some of your own sanity and your time and your mental health. Can you be like Oprah or some like amazing business owner? Maybe, but let's focus on just being the best you, and maybe like putting a blog post out there or putting a video out there, even if it's not perfect, even if the lighting's a little wonky. I put stuff out all the time that is not perfect. It's version 1.0. And the reason I do that is because my followers, my fans, my clients, they just want the information. They're not concerned about it being perfect. Leave a comment and let me know, do you have someone that you follow, whether it's like a celebrity or someone online or whatever, and you wish they would just put stuff out more often, but they seem to get caught up on, I want to edit it and make it perfect, or I only put something out once a year, which I get it. I understand like the need to want to have all of the bells and whistles and to make things look amazing. But a lot of times your fans and followers, they just want the information. So get it out there, even if it's just at that good enough level. All right, moving on. Number 13 is to wake up and go to sleep at the same time every day of the week, including weekends and your days off. Let me know if this happens to you, that you might like get up at like 6 or 7 or whatever every day during the week when you've got your job or your business or your kids to attend to. And then on the weekends, you're sleeping hours and hours and hours later into the morning. You will be more productive and have more energy, and if you stick to a better rhythm where you go to sleep and you get up at the same time every single day, even if it's your day off. And honestly, if it's your day off, why are you wasting it sleeping? If you're not getting enough sleep during the night, then you've got to work on that and like count backwards from where you got to get up and make sure you're getting like 8 or more hours of sleep every night. You should not be catching up on sleep on the weekends or on your days off. Use your weekends or days off to do things that are important to you. We've got a whole session coming up about self-care. So we're going to talk about how to build more self-care into your life. So do your fun hobbies, spend time with your loved ones, do something good for yourself, work on your goals. Remember, we talked about in session 1 that in your time budget, you only have a certain amount of days to work on your goals. So don't waste those goal days by sleeping in. So wake up and go to sleep at the same time every day. Number 14, balance your day with work, play, and rest. We talked about this earlier, that if you can, perfectly balance your day by getting 8 hours of work, 8 hours of play, and 8 hours of rest throughout your 24-hour day. So work means anything that drains your energy, which could be a job or working on your business, but it could also be like being a caregiver or taking care of your kids or something like that. Anything that drains your energy is your work. And then play is anything that gives you energy and fills you up. So your hobbies or being around your loved ones or watching your favorite shows or going for a walk, whatever. And then 8 hours of rest is when you're sleeping at night. And it doesn't need to be blocked out like specifically like that, like 8 hours and then you're done. And then the next 8 hours, it could be like mixed up a little bit, but an average of throughout the day, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of play, and 8 hours of rest. Leave a comment and let me know how many of you actually are able to keep your day balanced like that. And the last tip for this general category, 50 ways to maximize your time and energy. Let's do number 15 is to lessen your caffeine consumption. No, Sage, don't take my coffee. I would never take away your coffee. I drink a ton of coffee and tea too. But if you really want to maximize your energy and you don't want that crash in the afternoon as you're coming down off your caffeine high, just try to lessen your caffeine. I recommend this to all of my clients. Like, have enough caffeine that you don't notice that crash in the afternoon. So I actually put this in one of my most recent videos about how to have more energy. For me, that is 1 cup of coffee in the morning or 2 cups of caffeinated tea. And that's it. That way I get my nice warm drink in the morning, I get my coffee, but I'm on an even keel with my energy all day long. I don't have that crash in the afternoon. You guys know what I'm talking about. I see you guys who have that caffeine crash. So just try to lessen your caffeine until you get to that point where, yes, you can still have caffeine, but you're not noticing that huge down dip in energy in the afternoon. Okay, sound good? Let me know which of these tips is resonating with you so far, even if you're watching the replay. Remember, if you like this video and leave a comment, you'll be entered into the giveaway for the 50 ways to promote your business without social media. And that is a mini course that we are giving away for this session. And again, you've got until Sunday, June 12th. Yes, June 12th, 2022 to enter the giveaway. Let's move on to the next category of all these beautiful quick tips for yourself. So number 16 is to use a gratitude journal or create some kind of gratitude practice for yourself. And you might think like, well, how am I adding something to my morning routine? How's that going to give me more time? It totally will. If you do some kind of meditation, it could be 5-minute meditation, or take 5 minutes to write in a gratitude journal, or 5 minutes to text someone what you're grateful for. It's going to keep you in a happier mood. It's going to keep you in that abundant mindset. It's going to make you appreciate what you have around you. So you'll be more excited and more tempted to do your work rather than moping about everything you don't have. So create some kind of gratitude practice and it will save you time and energy in the long run. Number 17, make meaningful daily connections. Yes. So if you want to have more energy, feel connected in the world. So reach out to people and have some kind of meaningful connection. I know some families where all they do is sit on the couch and watch the TV or watch movies, and they never actually look at each other and have conversations. Or they're sitting in the car looking out the window, not interacting with each other. So make it a point to have meaningful connections with the people in your life, whether it's having some kind of conversation or looking at each other and actually talking about those big issues rather than just zoning out to TV or whatever, or going into your separate rooms or never being home so you never like interact with them. So have some kind of meaningful connection and it'll give you more energy. Number 18, choose a power song. Yes. Who's got a power song? Leave a comment and let me know your favorite power song. So every morning I listen to a song that's uplifting and motivating and hopeful, and it puts me in a really good mood. It is literally a power song. It pumps you up for the day ahead. So if you don't have a power song yet, like find a song that makes you feel really good. And again, this should be a song that is happy, uplifting, and makes you want to move and do your good work. So nothing that's sad or depressing or is full of vulgar lyrics or is like angry and angsty. You want a power song that is literally powerful, that makes you want to do your work. So my power song changes like all the time. But I have one song that I'm listening to a lot, which I just think is so awesome. How many of you have seen Encanto, that Disney movie? Love it. Anyway, there's a song in the movie where Isabella, who makes all these pretty flowers, is finally coming into her own and not trying to be perfect girl anymore. And she starts making cactuses and palm trees and all sorts of weird stuff. Anyway, there's a song called What Else Can I Do? And I listen to that song in the morning about like, what else can I do? And it's just so powerful and so uplifting. It's like, what else can I do today to live my best life, to help people out, to build my business, to reach my goals. And it just really makes me feel great every morning. So leave a comment and let me know, what is your power song? What are you listening to in the morning to pump yourself up to do your work? And then kind of related to that, number 19 is to follow some kind of morning routine. You don't need a morning routine that takes an hour, 3 hours, or whatever, but any kind of morning routine to kind of check the boxes and set yourself up for success in the morning is going to save you time and energy. So maybe you need to like eat a healthy breakfast, listen to your power song, and review your to-do list. Or maybe you do a meditation or write in your journal and connect with a friend, whatever. I know a lot of my clients do the Miracle Morning Routine, which is a book, and I'll try to leave the link below. But it doesn't matter how long or short your morning routine is, but just do something in the morning to set yourself up for success. Like, I'm going to do these 3 things. I'm going to feel good about myself, and that will help me use my time wisely for the rest of the day. All right, number 20, delete or unsubscribe from mailing lists. Oh no. As someone who sends a lot of emails, I totally get it. I get a ton of emails too. But you don't have a lot of time during your day and you have limited energy. And I have definitely seen myself and other people, as you're going through your emails and spending hours sifting through emails, it can be really, really depleting. So I want you purposefully this weekend to delete or unsubscribe from any mailing lists, email lists that you don't need to read anymore. And again, like we talked about in the previous session about deleting bad influences. So anything that makes you feel bad about yourself, anything that's depressing, anything that makes you feel like the worst version of yourself, anything that's just a chore, anything that you keep opening and you don't know why you keep opening because you're never going to buy from them, just delete or unsubscribe from those mailing lists. You're going to love how much more time and energy you have when your inbox isn't stuffed to the brim. All right, last one for the self category. Make time for hobbies. And I love you, life editors. I know some of you are super type A and you're like, go, go, go all the time. And you always want to be working on something productive. But like we've said before, if you give yourself time for self-care, you do something good for yourself, it'll be easier for you to do the hard work later for whatever your big goals are. So make time for hobbies. It doesn't have to be hours and hours and days, but maybe like 5 minutes a day for something that means something to you. Whatever your hobbies might be. Like, I like doing some DIY crafts. I like scrapbooking. I like taking photos. I like jewelry making. So whatever your hobbies might be, could be reading, obviously. I love reading too. Or it could just be sitting quietly and meditating, but do some kind of self-care activity for yourself every single day. And then you won't feel so depleted when you're doing your big work. Sound good? All right, moving on. Next category is money. Here are your quick tips to maximize your time and energy when it comes to your money. So number 22 is set up automatic debt payoffs. I can't believe how many people don't do this. Like, first of all, if you have debt, it's nerve-wracking looking at your debt all the time. I get it. You're trying to pay off your debt. You're trying to do something good, but every time you look at your debt, it's frustrating. So set up those automatic debt payoffs, and you can set this up for your bank. Just have it pay off a little bit the same day every week. Like maybe you pay $10 every Friday. It doesn't have to be $100 every week or whatever it is, but set up that automatic payoff. So it is every week, your debt is getting lower and lower and lower without you having to look at it all the time and without you having to like worry about it. It's already set up for you because honestly, you've got other things to think about rather than like brooding about your debt all the time. So set up those automatic payoffs. Okay. 23, have a why. What are you saving for? So a lot of people don't save. And one of the reasons is because they don't have something they're saving for. There's no big picture. There's no meaning. Like, why am I saving for this? Like maybe you're saving so you can move to a better neighborhood or to buy a house or to buy a car or saving for your kids' college fund or saving for your retirement or saving in case you have a medical emergency, whatever it is. Figure out what your why is. What is the bigger picture for your saving? And that'll make you motivated to actually do it rather than just like having this ambiguous, I'm saving for something, who knows? like really save for something specific. Number 24, create a visual reminder of your money goal. So a lot of my clients do this and I think it's just so cute. Like if you were trying to save a certain amount, you've seen this where you have like a drawing of a thermometer and it starts filling up as you get closer to your goal. Or maybe you have a calendar, you're putting a big X every day that you save some money, or every day that you're paying off something. Or you can have 2 jars, and one can have a jar full of marbles, and each marble representing $1 that you need that's on your debt. And then every time you pay $1, like, you move it to the other jar. So you can slowly see as the marbles go from jar to jar as you're paying off your debt. So just have some visual way to show how far you've come. Number 25, have a very specific savings goal within your savings goal. So let's say you're saving for a vacation. You'll be more likely to save if you know what every dollar is going for. So make a budget for whatever you're saving for your vacation. So how much do you need for the hotel? How much do you need for the plane? How much do you need for souvenirs? How much do you need for eating out? So then as you are going about your life and you're thinking like, oh, I want to buy that t-shirt, but it's $30, you can remember, oh, $30 would be a nice dinner out on vacation. So I'm not going to buy that t-shirt. I'm going to save that money instead. Or you might think like, oh, $100, that's nothing. I'll just buy a $100 program, whatever it is. But that $100 is another night in the hotel at your vacation resort. So if you have a savings goal and then break it down very, very specifically, you'll be more likely to save because you know, oh, that $20 is going to something specific. Or if I buy that shirt now, I can enjoy this thing on vacation. All right, number 26, last one for your money is to wait 24 hours before buying anything. Oh, I know this is so hard. This is so hard because you'll see something online. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I want that. I want to buy that right now. But give yourself some breathing space. Like, rather than giving into all those impulsive purchases, give yourself 24 hours. You can even set a timer on your phone, like 24 hours, and then check back at the clothing store or whatever before you buy anything. Or put everything in your cart and then walk away for 24 hours. And I will say this, in one of the future sessions, I think it's session 6, we are talking about how to get daily sales for your business. And one of them is setting up automations for people who visit your store or click on your emails but don't buy. And I do this with my business, and I make a lot of money through these automations. Here's the thing, you've probably seen this before. Maybe you go to a website like a clothing store, you look at something, you might even put it in your cart and then you go away. That store will send you an email either that day or the next day saying, hey, you forgot this in your cart. Don't you want to buy this thing? Here's a coupon code. Go buy it. I do the exact same thing for my business. So in my weekly newsletters, if someone clicks on an ad for Startup in 60 or Life Editing for Beginners or whatever, and they go and look at the sales page, but they don't buy it, the next day I will send out an automatic email, it's already set up for me, that says, hey, are you still looking? Here's a coupon code. Go get Startup in 60. And I get a lot of sales through these automations. So by waiting 24 hours, people are getting a better deal on my stuff. And for you waiting 24 hours and not buying something, you might get an automatic email from that company with a coupon code or something reminding you to go check out. Or you might realize after that 24 hours, hey, I don't need that thing anymore. And you save yourself the money by not giving into those impulsive purchases. Awesome. Moving on. Next category is your health. More quick tips to maximize your time and energy. You need to say this one? I'm going to say it. Number 27, see your doctor. Come on, people. See your doctor. If you want to save your time and energy, have regular physical checkups with your doctor. I cannot say that enough. See your doctor regularly. Don't wait for things to get bad before you see your doctor, because they can find things that might be going on long before it gets bad or it's visible. Those of you who know that I was a book editor for 10 years before I became a life coach, 10 years was in medical textbook editing. So believe me, I've read many stories of people who waited too long to see their doctor, and it was much, much worse for them. It took either a lot of time, energy, or money to get them better, if they got better at all. So as someone with a healthcare background, go see your doctor. Number 28 is to meal plan. And if you plan your meals in advance, you'll be less likely to order takeout or waste money that way, or eat something that doesn't make you feel good, or not eat at all. So if you plan your meals in advance, you can save yourself a lot of time. And related to that is number 29 is to meal prep. So these are not the same things. Planning your meals is either just writing down or thinking about, oh, I'm going to have a lasagna tonight, or I'm going to eat cereal for breakfast or whatever. Meal prepping is actually prepping those foods and having them ready to go, possibly even portioning them out into single serving containers so they are literally grab and go. This is something I do for myself. And some people are like, Sage, that is so anal. Why do you do that? But I do. So every Sunday, okay, I go grocery shopping on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I make a whole bunch of meals. And then I portion them out into single serving containers that are easy to heat up and eat. So then during the week, when I am very, very, very busy, when I've got client calls or I'm in a great big launch, or like today when I'm streaming online for 7 hours, like I have these beautiful, yummy, delicious meals that are grab and go. I don't have to like eat a granola bar. I can have like a proper meal. So meal planning is planning what you're going to eat, and meal prepping is actually making the food ahead of time, freezing it so it is ready to go when you need it. Leave a comment and let me know how many of you do meal planning or meal prepping. Number 30, take baby steps to your goal. These are having benchmarks. So again, don't think about, I have to lose 50 pounds. Can you break it up in 5-pound increments? Whatever your goal is. I don't have to save $1,000. Can you break it up in $50 increments? Having those benchmarks will help you move faster towards your goal. And the final one for your health is number 31 is to shift your mindset. Maybe meditate, think. Most of us understand that a lot of our health problems are mindset related too. So it's not that like, oh, I can't resist pizza. It's your mind saying, oh, I'm just going to give into this because I'm tired or I'm feeling lazy or whatever. So you can store up your energy reserves and store up your willpower, but by maybe doing some meditations or journaling or shifting your mindset in some way to make your health goals a little easier. You might even want to try to like see a health or fitness dietitian or any of those health and fitness apps that can help you stick with your goal and shift your mindset and reach your goal faster. All right, we got to speed this up if we're going to get through all of them. Business. We are doing business quick tips right now. And I got a ton of business quick tips coming up in session 6 where we talk about daily sales. All right. 32, use SMART goals. We've talked about this before. You want your goals to be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time limited. That's how you're going to reach a goal rather than having this ambiguous goal with no ending and no way to measure it. 33, use only 1 or 2 social media platforms. So the giveaway for this session is 50 ways to promote your business without social media. But if you feel like you must use social media, only use 1 or 2 platforms. That is going to save you so much time and energy. So think about your ideal client. Where do they hang out? And then choose 1 or 2 social media platforms where they hang out. You don't have to be on 10 different platforms, only the ones where your clients are. 34, create an ideal client profile, an avatar. So think about who your ideal client is, and then write all of your content, record all of your videos, do all of your digital programs and whatever packages you have for that specific person, rather than trying to make it palatable to everyone. You're doing it for one person, one specific avatar, not everyone. 35, create a teaching framework, which I have, and I showed you earlier. It's my life editing process. If you have a teaching framework, if you do some kind of like teaching business, it makes everything easier. So my 5-step life editing process goes along with all of my digital programs. Every one of my blog posts fits along with one of the steps of the life editing process. The Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat, every session goes along with one step of the process. And my Life Editor Academy, which doors are open right now. You can apply now for Life Editor Academy. Each month of the Academy fits with one of the other steps in the life editing process. So have a framework. It's going to make your business run so much smoother. Number 36, create an easy yes product. And I'm not going to go into it now because we do in session 6 when we're talking about daily sales. But having an easy yes product is going to save you time and energy. Number 37, create a great, helpful freebie. Again, we're talking about this in session 6. Have a great freebie that's going to make people sign up. And the more people you have signing up, the more sales you'll get and the less energy you have to expend to get sales. Number 38, build your email subscriber list and nurture them. It is infinitely more easy to get repeat customers to buy from you over and over and over again than to get new customers. So nurture your subscriber list. Number 39, send a warm letter campaign. And that's how you make money fast before you have a big, robust list. And I go into detail about that in the Startup in 60 program. And we also do warm letters in Life Editor Academy. And finally, for your business, number 40 is to create automatic emails, which I mentioned briefly before, doing those automatic emails a day after you abandon your cart. But I also talk about this in session 6. So business people, stick around for session 6. Moving on, relationships. Number 41, give more compliments than negative comments. I think I read somewhere that it takes like 5 compliments, 5 positive phrases to combat 1 negative phrase. So if you are constantly nagging and you're saying negative things to your partner or your spouse or coworkers, try to replace that with more compliments or more praise than negative comments. Number 42, focus on your actions, not theirs. So rather than thinking like, oh, I wish this person would change, what can you do to protect your time and energy? What can you do on your end to shift your mindset rather than focusing on what they should do? Number 43, treat them how they want to be treated. You've probably heard something called the golden rule, is treat people how you want to be treated. Okay, that's fine and dandy, but what if people don't want to be treated the way you would want to be treated? Instead, you should follow the platinum rule. That's treat people how they want to be treated. So maybe somebody, maybe you think, oh, this person would want a hug. I would want a hug, so I'll give everyone a hug. But what if that person, what they really want is to be left alone or to be just listened to? So treat people how they want to be treated, not how you want to be treated. Number 44 is make time to show them they're important. You've heard this before, that we make time for what's important. So if you show up late or you blow people off or you cancel at the last minute, you're showing your loved ones that they're not important to you. So for any relationship in your life, show up, don't flake out, and show them that they're important. Number 45 is to remember what they like. So think about the books they like, the shows that they like, the music they like. So when there's a time to give a gift or it's a holiday or you need to spark a conversation, you remember what they like, and that will build trust in your relationships. Woo! Almost there. Moving on to the last category is your career. Quick tips to maximize your time and energy with your career. Number 46 is to use your commute. So don't just zone out on your commute if you've got a commute. Listen to podcasts, listen to meditations, not sleepy time meditations, but maybe uplifting meditations. Or you can even do some writing during your commute. One of my clients drives to work every day and she turns on the voice recorder on her phone and dictates her blog posts to her phone, which writes it down for her. So you can use a dictation app to get some work done, even if your hands and eyes are busy driving. Number 47, define your work-life boundaries. So you don't need to be at work all the time. So have a nice split, an even balance between work time and home time. Number 48, your job doesn't have to be everything to you. You are not your job. You are a person and you are full of different aspects of yourself. You do not have to define yourself by your work. So just like in a relationship, you are not your relationship. You're a whole person in a relationship. You are not like just with your partner or just part of a relationship. You are more beyond that. So same thing with your job. Your job doesn't have to be everything to you. Number 49, ask for a raise and back it up. So ask for what you're worth. And if you have been doing more work or taking on more work, ask for a raise and back it up, which brings me to number 50. We did it. Keep a praise folder. I was doing this long ago when I was in corporate. Whenever I got an email or a letter or a nice card from a vendor or an author or a doctor or whoever we were working with who said something nice about my work, I kept it and I kept it in a folder. This is really old school. I had a physical folder that I put everything in. We could also do a digital folder and save all those pieces of praise so that when it is time to ask for a raise, you can show your boss, oh, look, these are all the nice things that our clients are saying about me. And here's a nice thing that your boss said about me. And here's a card that one of our clients gave me. And like, here's like all the nice reviews we got, to really back up your raise, rather than just asking for a raise, but not showing proof that people think you deserve good treatment. Woo! Woo, we did it. Okay, life editors, open up your workbook to the page that says 50 ways to maximize your time and energy. Write down all of the ideas that resonate with you, and then make a plan for how you're going to implement those time and energy boosting strategies into your week. And remember to like this video and leave a comment to be entered into the giveaway for 50 ways to promote your business without social media. And you've got until Sunday, June 12th, 2022 to enter the giveaway. And like I mentioned, this is our kickoff celebration for Life Editor Academy. And I've got a great video to share with you now that is going to give you some testimonials from some of the ladies who have graduated the Academy.
I'm Sam. I'm from South Carolina, and I am a member of Sage's Life Editor Academy. The Academy is everything. It includes the retreats, the online support. We get to talk to Sage and all of the other Academy women as often as we want. We've all really connected well, and that's probably the best part of the whole thing. I joined the Academy, first of all, because I was just drawn to Sage's personality, and then it became about what I could do for myself. I figured investing in myself was a fantastic way to start a new period in my life, and this was the best way to do it. The very first thing we talked about in January, when we started the whole Life Editor Academy, was planning. And I have never been a great planner. Implementing little steps to get to a larger goal. These little mini habits that she talks about. Do whatever you can to get the biggest win. Even if that just means one tiny little thing each day, at least you're moving a step forward.
When you have complete strangers that become your besties, it's awesome. And we're all about supporting each other in our goals. We have like accountability partners each month, and it's just awesome because we're supporting each other and facilitating each other towards like being our better selves.
So I'm Heather Hardiman, and I provide cooking services for Sage at her retreats. I also provide yoga. The yoga that I help and I bring to the women is a combination of hatha yoga and physical therapy. It's functional yoga instruction. I like to think of myself as a nourishment coach, right? It's kind of the best way to put it because it's about your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I think sometimes food takes on this meaning. Sometimes it can be a substitute for emotions, right? And that's just kind of part of our culture. And so knowing that and knowing the importance that we place on food, I try to bring that infusion with everything I make. She's nourishing folks' minds, and she's helping them edit and simplify and make their lives more powerful, their businesses more structured, themselves better, right? So then I get to come in and I get to nurture the soul and the spirit and then the food. So I love that I have this opportunity to work with her.
I joined Life Editor Academy because I needed to understand me. We've been down in Orlando for 7 months. So before this, I resided in the Chicagoland area. And I needed to get a better understanding of me and to build a network of supportive women that would support me as I grew both professionally and personally. It started out as a business endeavor. Now it is shifting to more personal while I'm building the business. So it's kind of the beauty is with the program, you can go either way. So right now I'm more working personally and will shift professionally shortly. It's just such a blessing to be a part of this, and I'm thankful for that.
I can tell you that when I made the decision to join the Academy, it was a very hard decision. It required a lot of commitment, but in the end, I think it's the best thing I've done. It's the best thing I've done.
So what I love about Sage is that her confidence and her energy is so contagious that even though we only do Skype meetings most of the time, you can still feel it permeating off of the screen onto your like own outlook and perspective for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks before we see each other again. I actually didn't meet her in person until Life Editor Academy. I needed really a marathon runner, and she's very good at going at the pace you need her to go at. She's very good at just saying, okay, what do you need? And then I say, I have no idea. And then we brainstorm about that for a minute. everyone brags about getting their goals done very quickly with her, but I highly recommend if you need something that's a long-term goal setting. She does that so well.
I think she's funny, and I think she's warm and caring. I think that what you see is what you get with Sage.
She's definitely life-changing because she's making sure that not only are you able to do everything yourself and independently, she's not a crutch. That's the thing, people say that coaches are crutches, or that there are people that, you know, you have to go to for everything. What she's doing is she's giving you an independent version.
I respect her a lot. She's got a lot of passion around what she does. And that's one of the reasons that I'm drawn to her, is the passion about what she does and the authentic nature of how she approaches these things. Everything she does comes from a place of affection and caring. If you are ready to make that commitment, you're ready to take your business to the next level, you're ready to get rid of things that aren't serving you for your highest and greatest good, if you are wanting that next rung in whatever that transformation is for you, then you need to hire her. And if you want to put your toe in the water, then subscribe to her clubhouse, watch her podcasts, take a little step in, do the little kiddie pool swim around, right? She's got all these wonderful tools and planners and these great ways to kind of, I don't know, temperature check, right? Get your temperature check, and when you're ready to dive in, she'll be there with floaties.
You know, she's got an energy that's contagious. No matter how much you may feel like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like dancing around, by the time you get done watching her, you're right there joining her with us. So she's got a compassionate heart. She's got an energy that's contagious, but more importantly, she wants you to succeed, but it's authentic and it's real, and you feel that from her, and not just some sales pitch, but she's real about it. One thing I've learned is, number one, tomorrow's not promised. Number two, you owe it to yourself. No matter what issues life has dealt you, no matter what situation you're going through, with the support of Sage and the other women in the Academy, you'd feel invincible. And there's nothing you can do, because you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that somebody's got your back. I have become very close friends with several of the women, and I have also picked up several business clients as a result of this Academy. If I had to pick one word in how working with Sage has helped me, it has transformed my life, because it's allowed me to see me for me and not the me that other people want to see.
All right. Like we said, doors are now open for Life Editor Academy. Let me pop up the link. There you go. Click the link in the description. It's here on the screen too. You can now apply for Life Editor Academy, and you can apply through June 24th. So please, please get those applications in and schedule your discovery calls with me, and I can go over all of the details. All right, Life Editors, thank you so much for being here for this session. This has been 50 ways to maximize your time and energy, and I will talk to you again real soon. Bye.